Newgrounds already seems to have both feet in the fucking casket, but I cannot stress the importance of said communities back then, especially Newgrounds, to give people like me the self-esteem to carry on with my art. Eventually, I started building up more of an audience by posting frequently what can only be classified as calamities to Hentai Foundry and other places. Yes, calamities, malformed portrayals of human bodies. Anatomy was not my strong point, to say it nicely, yet it still drew people in. Fur Affinity and DeviantArt banned me pretty soon because of my attraction to sexual themes that were a bit too devious for their standards. I guess the game was rigged from the start. For all my life, I just couldn't help myself to be controversial. That angsty teen with daddy issues resided in me, the one that would rather say fuck you than abide to authority, the one that does not wish to conform. This behavior that bled into my online space came from a dark place in real life. Eventually it all caught up to me. It bought me 6 months of military services to think about the future I have squandered with my recklessness. Rather than getting into that with more detail, I will focus on the part about building an audience, since that's what this video is about. But I'm bringing all this up because I believe the controversy I've been creating ever since my start plays an important role in my popularity nowadays. I knew coming out of the army service that I would have to start over. With anger in my heart, the best place to start anew was my own website, Chatbase. The most loyal and most curious from past communities became appreciated visitors. My name, my brand if you want to call it that, was being hated and discriminated against regularly due to my incompetence as an artist and vile subject matter. My failure to display even basic anatomy correctly and the torture porn of lollies gave me a lot of infamy. I cannot blame them. Nobody loathed me more than myself. But I found it a luxury, not a curse, to know that regardless of what I did, there will be people watching me. Oh look, that mentally unstable madman is back. And he has his own website. Let's see what he posts next. Instant viewership. Rather than being a victim of censorship, discrimination, and ridicule, I will make them into victims by objecting them to my homemade eyesores. They will learn to know that I cannot be stopped. I value those who, for whatever reason, were willing to truthfully support me, who started to genuinely fucked up shit I did. None of them did a pin-up of Penny and Stocking as fuck nuggets one day, and the next day a comic strip about Dog Walker hanging himself in his basement. Truly unpredictable, always uncensored. It became apparent to me that it's not all about skill or who you know, it's about the way you handle yourself. If you are interesting in general, beyond your drawing style, I'm talking about the style of your personality, and if you can make that bleed through into the depictions coming from your mind. Do you bring something to the table that is overall interesting, not just drawn well? Can you convince people of your qualities within your limited abilities? Especially in erotic art, anybody can draw tits. But give people a reason to stick around. Show them that your tits are one of a kind. There's nobody else that does them the way you do. In other words, make them like your style beyond the characters and subject matter. Convince them you are worth checking out and staying for. Now, some would make you believe that networking is a very vital part of getting an audience. Be friends with everybody. Other artists will help you. They'll give you all the answers so you don't ask any questions, and they'll march you with a smile into the ground. I would lie if I told you the hentai community helped me to get where I am now. No, I was often ignored and ridiculed, dismissed as worthless. I can't blame them. On Hentai Foundry, people who I looked up to back then would downright block me from leaving a simple comment on their work, refusing to acknowledge my existence even as I started to grow far bigger than them. Out of pure stubbornness and elitism, like I'm somewhat undeserving of recognition, the basic liberties granted so freely upon others are not mine to be. I must stay away, hidden in obscurity, not worthy of praise because I simply suck and they are better than me. I should thank them. It taught me the valuable lesson to stop being blinded by others and focus on being myself. They aren't better than you. They think they are, but with the kind of shit you've been through, you're just getting started. You will not let their high ego curb your enthusiasm. And I did not let them. I managed to get pretty big in that community. By being honest and self-aware about what I do. By staying regular and real. Never begging for donations, never setting up paywalls, running the ship solo and independent. Never letting shit get to my head, staying grounded and down to earth. Straight up denying invitations from the FLAA, one of the biggest pay site networks at the time, determined and tenacious, having no idea what I'm doing, but for damn sure knowing the destination being establishment, my way, ShadStablishment. I'm an example that skill is not and never has been what it's all about. I didn't know how to draw properly, and I'm proud to have made it this far without that knowledge. I've not missed a single week of updates since the 5 years ago I started Chadbase, and I lived in 3 different countries during that time, never letting hardship and reality slowing me down. I didn't want to be the next big hentai artist anymore. I wanted to be the first ShadMan. So in other words, whatever you are doing in this oversaturated market, do it differently than others, because different is good. Find your rightful spot. Go where others have not gone before. No sense doing the same shit everybody before you has been doing. Imitating the hand puppets that already have someone else's arm shoved up their ass. Be polite, be efficient, and most importantly, don't be a fucking